Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. I am Leo.
And I am Sarah. Today we have a longer, deeper episode for you. We are discussing a topic that touches everyone's heart. The choices we make and the people we become.
Specifically, the choice between the life our parents planned for us and the life we wanted for ourselves.
You know, Leo, usually people talk about this as a war. Parents versus children. Freedom versus control. But is it always tragic?
That is a great point to start with. I think we often focus too much on the complaints. But actually, many people do follow their parents' advice and live very happy lives.
Exactly. I have a friend, let's call him Mike. His parents pushed him very hard to become a doctor. He hated studying when he was young. He wanted to play music.
So, did he become a doctor?
He did. He listened to them. And now, he is 40. He told me, "Sarah, I am so grateful my parents pushed me. He has a stable career. He saves lives. And he has the money to buy expensive guitars to play on weekends."
See? That is the wisdom of the elders. Sometimes, parents see the long term when we only see the short term. They know that stability creates a foundation for happiness.
Right. Stability isn't a prison. Sometimes it is a safety net.
And on the other side, we also have the happy rebels. I know a girl who refused to take the government job her dad arranged. She went to start a small flower shop.
That sounds risky.
It was. She was poor for 5 years, but she told me she never regretted it for 1 minute. She said, "Even when I was eating instant noodles, I felt free." And now, her business is successful.
So, both paths can lead to happiness. The obedient path can bring security and gratitude. The rebellious path can bring self-actualization.
Yes, but. And here is the big but. Why do so many people feel unhappy?
This is where we get into human nature. The grass is always greener on the other side.
Exactly. The doctor might look out the window and think, "I have money, but I have no freedom. I wish I had been brave like the flower shop girl."
And the flower shop girl might look at the doctor and think, "I am so tired of worrying about rent. I wish I had a stable salary like him."
This is the tragedy of choice. No matter what you choose, you give up something else.
And this feeling gets stronger as we get older, right?
Yes. When people reach middle age, like 40 or 50, they start to look back. And this is where the real regret hits.
I think the worst regret is not about success or money. It is about blame.
What do you mean?
I mean people who followed their parents, failed to be happy, and now they spend their whole life blaming their parents. "It's your fault I am miserable."
That is a very toxic place to be. You are an adult, but you are still thinking like a child. You handed the steering wheel of your life to your parents, and now you complain about where they drove you.
And what about the parents? Do they regret it?
Oh, absolutely. I think many listeners forget that parents are just humans too. They are not gods. They made decisions based on their fears, their history.
I have heard elderly parents say, "I pushed my daughter too hard. Now she is successful, but she never smiles. I broke her spirit." That must be a terrible feeling for a parent.
It is. So, we have a lot of regret going around. Children regretting they didn't fight. Parents regretting they fought too hard. Or, children regretting they didn't listen.
So, Leo, how do we fix this? We cannot go back in time. We cannot rewrite the script.
No, we cannot. But we can change how we see the story. We need to reach a state of reconciliation.
Reconciliation. That is a powerful word.
First, You have to reconcile with your parents. Whether you listen to them or not, understand that they likely did their best with the knowledge they had. Forgive their mistakes.
And if you didn't listen to them and you failed,
Then forgive yourself. There is no guarantee that listening to them would have been better. Maybe you failed, but you learned. You own your scars,
I love that. Own your scars.
and most importantly, we need to stop thinking that our life is finished or ruined because of one decision made 20 years ago.
That is the key message I want to share today. Many people think, I chose the wrong road at 18, so my life is over.
That is nonsense. Life is not a single train track. It is a wide open field.
Even if you are 45 and you hate the stable job your parents forced you into, you still have a choice today.
Exactly. You might not be able to quit tomorrow, but you can start changing your mindset. You can start a hobby. You can learn a new skill. You can take back control.
And if you are the rebel who is struggling, you can choose to seek stability now. It is not giving up. It is just a new phase of life.
We need to have the courage to say, okay, the past is the past. Maybe it was my choice. Maybe it was my parents' choice. It doesn't matter anymore. What matters is what I do now.
That is true maturity. It is when you stop asking, whose fault is it? And start asking, what is my next step?
So, to our listeners, maybe you are satisfied with your path. If so, congratulations. Cherish it.
But if you are holding on to regret, if you are thinking, what if? Please be kind to yourself.
You didn't make a wrong choice. You just made a choice. And you are still here. You are still the main character of your story.
Even if you feel you failed, at least you didn't betray your heart. Or, even if you compromised, you gained safety. Every path has a gift, and every path has a cost.
Make peace with the cost, enjoy the gift, and never lose the courage to choose again.
Beautifully said, Leo.
Thank you, Sarah. And thank you to everyone listening. This is a journey we are all on together.
We would love to hear your story. Are you the doctor or the flower shop owner? Or are you somewhere in between? Tell us in the comments.
Thanks for listening to Real China English. Keep moving forward. See you next time.
Bye-bye.